The Sycamores. It'll be Bird to jump it up with Ross. And the black and gold of Purdue Northwest will possess first. They've got Purdue Northwest above their gold numerals, and they're all black uniforms. They are sporting the colors of the Purdue Boilermakers. A wing three, right side, settles in for Kevin Taylor. His 11th triple of the season. 3-0. The Pride on top. Ball fake by Brown, then slides a bounce pass in traffic toward Bird, and it's taken away by Purdue Northwest. Hall across court. In the corner it goes. A 3-ball on the way. Won't fall for Ariano Jr. Bulldogs with it. Wearing their white uniforms, Truman State in purple above their purple number. Bird is pinned on the baseline. Kicks it across court to Perinello. Missed it from 3. Brown slides in for the rebound and scores. Cross court, right corner pocket. 3-pointer is buried. That's 2 for Kevin Taylor. And a 6-2 lead for the Pride. He shoots 43% from 3. Their shooting percentages all around are good. Here's Perinello into the lane, bounces at left baseline. Bird, he'll attack behind the backboard and got pinned there. His shot hit the bottom of the rim, and the Pride with a basketball. They beat the Bulldogs 73-64 November 25th. Here is a pass off to Taylor, who just hit a pair of threes, drives into the lane this time. Flicks a pass into the corner to Ariana. Now with the basketball is Hall. Hall to the right baseline. Slides a pass mid-post area. Kyle Ross knocks it down. He is shooting 59% from the field. Purdue Northwest up 8-2. Bird's pass flicked into the air and stolen by Ross in man-to-man defense. Here comes Hall into the play, dribbling. Oh, it opens up big time, but he missed the finger roll. Rebound Perinello. Lobs it ahead to Brown. Brown gets to the free throw line. Jumper up, too short, and off of Kingery's hands, out of bounds. Brennan Lovett checks into the game at the 17-15 mark. 6'6" senior out of St. Louis, replacing Emmanuel Bird. Lovett averaging 3 points per game, 4th leading scorer last year on the team. Between the circles, the pass fired to Ariano. Now top of the key with it is Ross. He throws it away. Perinello behind the back dribble. Past the T-Dog logo. Swooping into the basket, hanging in the air against contact, scored and one. Perinello at the line leads the team with 51 attempts coming into this game in the first 7 games and shoots 72%. He's able to finish the 3-point play. Perinello led the Bulldogs with 17 in the loss at Purdue Northwest. 8-5 our score. Julian Brown scored 14 in that loss. They were the 2 Bulldogs in double figures. Pass jumped up the sideline and out of play. So the Bulldogs came and threw a little run and jump at midcourt, and a turnover on the Pride side. Pass to Brown, and then Perinello cuts away. Coming to catch Anderson volleyball strike. Perinello back out to take over the basketball. Lovett will screen. Perinello works around it. Got the big guy on him. Nearly spun himself into on the ground with that dribble. Here's a pull-up by Brown. Pitches it in the corner. And the Warrenton native, Troy Anderson, hits to tie the game at 8. Garrett Clark, a true freshman, if you will, non-transfer, if you will, on this lineup. Most of the players are transfers. Here's a drive to the basket. Ariano punches it off the window, no good. Shot blocked away on the rebound by Clark. He pulls it away again, flips it outside to his point guard, Hall. Hall will break down the defender into the lane, missed it. Offensive rebound, head and shoulder fake, and a foul as Ross went to the basket. And Coach Mike Worley not happy, Hank, with that effort. Quentin McCafferty out of Papillion, Nebraska will check in as Coach Worley will Rockers beat Calvary University 96-40. So the GLVC standings as we take a break in conference play now. Illinois Springfield, the only 4-0 team. Upper Iowa and Indianapolis, both 3-0. Free throw in, out, and then drops down for Ross. 2-1 teams in the conference, Missouri S&T and Rockers. McKendree 1-1. Umsel and Baptist both 2-2. Quincy, Truman, William, Jewell, Lewis all 1-2. McCafferty with that carom on the missed free throw by Ross. Anderson bounces it off to Parinello. McCafferty will come to screen, rolls off of it. Parinello will attack into the chest of Ariano. Missed it, loose on the baseline. Kingery dives on it, then throws it away. New player in the game is Alante Askew. He came from William Woods with the head coach. He's a 6'2 junior out of Republic, Missouri. Cross-court feed deflected out of play by Anderson. So the point guard, Hall, checked out when Askew came in. He averages 3 points per game. Here's Askew. Passes it in the corner. Ariano will toss up a late shot clock attempt, and it did not hit the rim. Yeah, the students needing a little break from finals, right? Coming out. Checking some hoops. Here's a drive by Parinello. There he is. Sweep into the left side of the hole. Hangs in the air and gets that ball around the defender for two, and a 10-9 score, Truman. Taylor had it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Parinello's trying to get his coach to challenge. We are going to have a coach. Well, Parinello, he was confident. Into the game for Parinello. Parinello getting a breather as Byers. Byers nearly lost it. Comes up with a loose ball, then a ball kicked in a trap. Javion Byers, a 6'2 senior out of Liberty, Missouri, by way of Northwest Missouri State. Into the game. Byers averaging just under 10 points per game. Anderson threw it away, and here comes Purdue Northwest. There wasn't much spacing on that pass, and Kingery wasn't ready for it. Here's a pass dropped into the lane. Shot missed, and there's McCafferty's second rebound. Off the miss by Ross, middle of the lane. Up the floor, Kingery for three. Count it. Kingery's been shooting it well. He's now 9 of 20 from 3, and it's 13-9 Bulldogs. Kingery had a career-high 20 last Thursday against Drury, followed it up with 11 on Saturday, and now diving Kingery for the loose ball. Bulldogs have it on a turnover. Brown goes up. Shot was blocked into the air. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. Julian Brown will check out as Parinello comes back in. It is not the Bulldogs basketball. It's Purdue Northwest. 13-9, Truman on top after falling behind 8-2. An 11-1 push by the Dogs. 13:04 to play in the first half. Here's a drive, new player into the game, Pat Robinson, 6'4 junior. Robinson takes a return pass, faces up on the taller McCafferty. Works it right side of the lane, gives it off. A drive through the rain, a shot pushed up and in by Zach Hazlett. So a pair of transfer teammates from Waubonsee Community College into the game, Hazlett and Robinson, and Hazlett gets the deuce. Robinson out of Oswego, Illinois. Hazlett out of Memphis, Tennessee. Here is Byers on a jump stop in the lane. Fans it in the corner to Kingery. Missed it strong. Rebounded by Robinson. Waubonsee Community College and William Woods accounts for 5 of the players on the roster that have transferred. Here's a save in on an air pass. Loose underneath and the ball wedged. Break for the Bulldogs because there were numbers around the hoop, but Taylor's shot wedged. And the arrow gives it to the Bulldogs. McCafferty straight on 3. The big fella knocks it down. His first 3 of the season makes it 16-11 Dogs. Well, you wanted him to come out and produce, Hank. Couple of rebounds and a 3 for the big fella. Here's a corner 3 at the other end and another rebound, McCafferty. Quick outlet, sets up a 2-on-1. Parinello to Byers, sweeps in for the lay-in. Oh, traveling is called. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3 curling up top. Missed by Clark. Another rebound for McCafferty. Julian Brown back in the game. Brings the ball up for the Dogs in their home whites. Inside to McCafferty, and he ran into help side defense and traveled with the basketball. You've got homework before the next Bulldog broadcast. McCafferty's shoe size. That's your homework. You need to figure that out. What are you guessing? I mean, 16's minimum. Floater in the lane is good by Hall. 16-13. 6'10", Quentin McCafferty. Playing well here early on, and he's got a catch. Left block, again turns into help side defense. Slapped out of his hands, out of bounds by Robinson. Yeah, it is. And McCafferty will check out, and I think he'll get a glad hand from his head coach. Brendan Lovett checks in. I'm not sure how he. Oh, I guess our stat monitor's a little behind. I was going to say, how do you have only one rebound? Yeah. No. Well, they may be having some issues technically or Wi-Fi. I'm not sure because ours is not updating. Here's a runner through the lane by Perinello. He's down on the miss. Numbers for the Pride. But Perinello, good hustle to get back into the play. DeAndre Hall back into the game. Devontae Hall, rather. Across it goes to Clark. Leans in, left baseline, good. And the Pride back to within one on Garrett Clark's first hoop. 9:54 to play, first half. Long three by Brown. Comes up short. Offensive rebound, Marquise Carver-Smith. And underneath him with the foul is Clark. We have just 3 total fouls in the first 10 minutes and 12 seconds. Check that, 4 team fouls. 3 on the Pride, 1 on the Bulldogs. Lobs it out to Brown. Man-to-man defense by the Pride. Brown driving through the lane. Shoots it against his body with the right hand. Missed. Went out of bounds. Purdue Northwest basketball in their black and gold unis. Trying to go back on top. Hall works in behind the backboard. Nice pass to Ross coming to the basket for 2. He's got 5. And Purdue Northwest on top. Six in a row for the Pride. Love it. Fakes the handoff, needs help, tosses off to Carver-Smith. Carver-Smith leaves it back for Perinello. 10 on the shot clock. Perinello with the dribble. One-on-one. He'll attack downhill. Left side of the basket, missed it. Tipped into the air and taken by Ross. The Thomas More transfer will give it to Hall. 8:40 to play in the first half. Hall past the free throw line, rises up on the GLVC logo in the lane, missed it. Carver-Smith with a rebound. Long outlet up the floor to Brown. Pulls up shy of the arc. Right side of the floor. As we see it courtside. Quick crossover. Gets in on their big fella. Then fans it back outside to Byers. Byers one dribble and across to Perinello for 3. Count it! Bulldogs back on top. 19-17. Perinello with 8 to lead Truman in scoring. 8:05, now make it 8 minutes exactly left in the first half. Hall being checked by Brown, good matchup. Across it goes to Taylor, who hit 2 early threes. This is Ross with the rock. Give it up, move to the baseline. Taylor nearly threw it away. Chased down by Robinson midcourt to Hall. Late shot clock. He'll shoot up a challenge jumper, no good. Quick outlet up the floor to Brown for Truman. Give it to the trailer, Carver-Smith. Got it in the foul. On Thursday. They've got 4 games. All 4, yeah. So they will enjoy the hospitality room tonight. They'll be working hard. 4 games. At the line, Carver-Smith to try to complete the 3-point play, and he does. He has. And for the season, 75%. 22-17, Truman. Back end of a home and away, a rare home and away non-conference between these 2 Division II schools. Clark, one dribble, hands it off to Taylor. Between the circles it comes to Ariano. Now here comes Clark, driving past the free throw line, down the lane, blocked out of there by Parinello. Bulldogs fast break again. Here comes Byers. He wanted to dunk it, instead lays it over the iron for a 7-point Bulldog lead. That was the first basket for Javion Byers. And then the foul, 24-17, an 8-0 push by the Bulldogs here in the first half. 6:48 left. Hall angles to the left side, gives it off to Ariano. Into the game is Trayvon Stoudemire, a transfer from Alcorn State. Here's a shot from outside, missed. Rebound pulled away by Ariano. Goes up and scores. Byers brings it out between the rings, drives into the lane, and then throws it away. Tried to drive and kick, and he missed Parinello. Kyle Ross back in for Purdue Northwest. And Stoudemire will check out. He's out of Birmingham, Alabama. Here is Emmanuel Bird back into the game for Truman State, flicking that pass out of bounds midcourt. 6:06 to play. Inbounds pass to Hall. He had 6 against the Bulldogs November 25th. And we have a block shot out of bounds. Will stay with Purdue Northwest. Inbounding will be Hall from the baseline. In the corner to Clark. Posting up is Ross. Turn one shoulder, then back the other way, and he scores middle of the lane over Bird. 24-21 Truman, their leading scorer. Ross at 15 per game. Through a double team, Brown nicely done to the rack, score it and the foul. And one for Julian Brown. Emmanuel Bird will check out. McCafferty back in. And Brown will go and try to finish the three-point play. He had a gathering. 81% his free throw percentage, and that one found the bottom of the well. 27-21, Dogs on top. 5:32 to play first half. Jump pass across in the corner to Clark for 3. Good. Give the assist to Devontae Hall. 27-24 Truman. Parinello with it for the Dogs, being guarded by Taylor. Now they run and jump at him and take it away. Taylor with the thievery, drives the other way, missed it but followed from midair by Devontae Hall, and it's a 1-point game. Carver Smith beyond the teal arc, puts it on the deck into the circle. Got to be careful driving into those double teams, poked away. Got a jump ball, and the arrow favors the Pride. 4:46 to play. Kingery in for Truman. Carver Smith will check out. It looks like you're driving one-on-one, and they're running and jumping at you. You got to be careful. Coach Worley wants his guards to pick up full court. 2-2, full court. Here's Clark up ahead. Hangs in the air, still blocked by McCafferty cleanly. And he got the ball, which was better yet. Passes it to Brown. Truman keeps the lead. Brown yo-yos the dribble. Jump stop, right side of the lane. Fans it outside to Byers. Left baseline pull-up, no good. tipped by McCafferty, then out of bounds, and they'll say Purdue Northwest ball. .418 left in the first half. Hall brings it up against the pressure of Byers. Hall now works to the right side of the lane, then leaves it right of the circle for Robinson. Back to Hall. Between the circles now to Clark. In the circle it goes. Robinson back to the basket. Give and go to Clark. Works up a reverse layup. No good. Volleyed around. Taylor comes up with it. Blocked by McCafferty and the foul. That'll be his first. Team's third foul. Purdue Northwest with 5 fouls. Troy Anderson will be coming in after our media Saturday afternoon against Missouri Western at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know if they'll just take off from there and head to Michigan Sunday and Tuesday. Probably will, yeah. Stop somewhere along the way. I guess they could come through here, get a change of clothes, and go on up. Taylor with a pair of threes and now adds a free throw. And that free throw good. Seven in a row scored by the Pride to go on top. Here's Brown. Tried to jump pass inside, intercepted. Quick changeover, left to right for the Pride. Coming down the lane, Robinson gets past McCafferty and scores and is fouled. His first 2 points. 2 on cue. Brown is in the back court holding his left shoulder. And I don't know whether he popped it out of place or not, but he is in some pain. Free throw wanted to come off, would not. Robinson gets it. 31-27, so the run is up to 10 in a row for Purdue Northwest. Parinello, Kingery, Anderson, Byers are the guards. Parinello in traffic, miss. McCafferty rebounds, falling out of bounds, tosses it to Parinello, who drives in and gets his second try to go. .258 to play first half. Catch and shoot, left arc, bottoms for Taylor, his third triple, 34-29. This is Kingery, leaves it in the lap for Anderson, across the front to Byers. Byers, nothing on the screen, gives back to the screener, McCafferty. Fake the pass, shoots the three off the back iron. Long carom outside to Hall. 2:20 left. Hall of Purdue Northwest to the right baseline. They double on him. He had a player underneath in Taylor, but the pass off his hands, out of bounds. Jogging it up, Parinello passes off to Byers. Now Anderson will take over the ball. Anderson past the free throw line, working into the left side of the hoop, and knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. We're going to have a challenge on their Purdue Northwest bench, and I think he's going to win this challenge. And not really a bad one to challenge late first half. You know you're going to lose it. Might as well, if you lose the timeout, so be it. Emmanuel Bird back in for Truman. Catches the inbounds pass, waits for a guard, gives it off to Byers. Byers one-on-one through traffic, and we have a whistle and a foul. The offside defender tried to reach in for the ball and apparently got a piece of the arm. They called this on Robinson. I thought it was on the other player, but I guess it is on Robinson, so that'll be his second. Ariano was in on the play as well. Free throw, dips out, no good from Byers. Byers, 14 of 17 from the line coming into this one. Ross, their scoring big, comes into the game, and Robinson checks out with his 2 fouls. That was the 6th foul on the Pride this half. The Bulldogs with only 3. Both free throws missed. Rebound Taylor. So the lead remains 5 for Purdue Northwest. 1:42 remaining. Clark isolated with Byers. Gets to the right baseline, cut off shy of the lane. Gives back out to Ariano Jr. His pass inside, flicked out of there by Kingery. Bulldogs run out. Here's a fast break try for Byers, and he sweeps in high with the right hand for 2. Bulldogs have some guards that can motor up the floor with dribble quickly. 1 minute to play in the first half. Spin dribble by Hall, and he was fouled by Perinello. Askew will check in. Hall will check out. 4th foul on the Bulldogs. Taylor to inbound. Flips it up for Ross. Bird guarding him all the way out beyond the arc. Askew now with it, off to Clark. Ross catches, right of the circle, back to the basket, needs help, hands off. Askew takes it, shoots it, and scores it from 3. We have a whistle and a foul in the back court. That is as far away from the other end as you can get, and Perinello will walk to the free throw line for free throws, a 1-and-1. And that is Ariano with his 2nd foul. Perinello to the line. He's got 10 here in the first half. Rotation splash. He's 2 for 2. Earns the bonus. I'm sure Coach Ashton did not like that foul. You're up 6, rolling pretty good, and you foul somebody right next to the opposite end line. Here's the free throw, good. 37-33. So the Bulldogs can get a stop and a 2-for-1 here. Last minute, jump stop, Clark. Nice pass. Laid in by Ross. Clark gets the assist. Thirty-second timeout. One of the new assistant coaches, Corey Sloan. We'll visit with him. You'll get to know him. And then next week, our next home game, we'll talk with Connor Anastasio, the other assistant. Bulldogs, shot clock off, can work for the last. Didn't have very good time management Saturday at Baptist. Let's see if they can execute here. Perinello gets to the lane and again shoots it, misses it, and a chance for Purdue Northwest. Here comes Clark, gets past the arc, runs it in the lane, in and out. We're underway. Second half action. Parinello, Anderson, Bird, Kingery, and Byers will start in place of Brown for the Bulldogs. Working to the basket to our right, closest to us. Here's a post-entry pass to Bird as he curls around that arc around the basket. Missed it. Rebound, Purdue Northwest. Garrett Clark will pass it off to Ariano. Kevin Taylor with the basketball into the box. Tosses out beyond the arc to Devontae Hall. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Hall without a dribble. Gives it. Baseline. Shot late. Are they going to wave it off or count it? They are going to score it for Kyle Ross. 41-33. Largest lead for the Pride is 8. Bird, fadeaway, middle of the lane, good. Try to get this big man more involved in the offense. Started out like a house of fire. Had a 27-point game at the crossover challenge in Quincy. Here's a 3-ball, good. A 4th triple this afternoon for Kevin Taylor. (44-35). Byers driving it in against Taylor, and Taylor tagged with a foul. And they do say in the act of shooting. So Byers will head to the line where he missed a pair in the first half. Free throw is good. At Purdue Northwest, the Bulldogs led at halftime by 1, but fell 73-64. Here they trail by 6 at halftime. Free throw by Byers makes it an 8-point game with 1 more to come. It's good. He's got 6. 44-37. Clark crosses over to the front court, right to left, and gives it to Hall. Where's number 1 on his black and gold jersey? Kicks it outside to Taylor for 3. No good. Volleyed in the air, taken by Bird, and a foul is called on Clark. That'll be his second, I believe. It's the second on the team.
After we get across. Go, get out of there. Get out.
Comes to Byers. And they want to clear out and let Byers bring it up one-on-one. Myers, they double on him. Tries to jump it inside to Bird. It was a tad late and intercepted. Hall up the floor. Scoops it off to Clark. Takes it in behind the backboard. Opposite corner. 3 on the way. It's good by Ariano. Lead is 10 for the Pride. 17:24 to play in the first half. Anderson passes off to Byers, left wing. He'll pull it out to the T-Dog logo. Bounces it now off to Kingery, top of the arc. Gives to Anderson. Makes a quick juke move to the right elbow. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Clark. Hall brings it up for the Pride. Step back, 3-pointer on the way. Bricked off, no good. Long rebound to Bird. Bounce it ahead. Here comes Bird for the alley-oop. Slapped out of there by Hall. That prevented a potential dunk. Up ahead to Taylor for 3. He's feeling it. And then the Bulldogs pass it up the floor, and Bird under the hoop lays it in. 50-39. That was wonderful anticipation by Hall on that alley-oop from Parinello, and he turned it into a 3 at the other end. Ariano cut off, pinned by a double team baseline. Flips it in the corner to Clark. Rims off, rebounded by Parinello. 4 minutes into the second half. Here comes Jakai, bumping all the way with Taylor, and a foul on the floor is called. The second on Taylor, and we have a timeout. No. Newberry's got Ferris. They do. Bulldogs inbound from the baseline. Parinello lobs it up for Bird. Bird will wait, hand it back to Parinello. Two-man game, Parinello into the lane. Then flips it underneath to Kingery. Reverse layup, good. Ross passes off to Hall. Hall picks up a screen, left of the circle. Quick crossover, nearly slipped down. Now passes it along the baseline, Taylor. Here's Clark, and Parinello got caught off his feet, and he landed on Clark for his second foul. Hall will inbound. Purdue Northwest comes into this game shooting 47% as a team and 40% from three. And lost out of bounds. An unforced error there as Hall simply fumbled it. Back to the Bulldogs. And Parinello's pass kicked out of bounds. It seemed like they're trying to get Emmanuel Bird more involved in the offense. And here goes Bird, left side, head and shoulder fake, goes up and gets a foul. The Washburn transfer will head to the line. Good to see him. Brown has to wait now before a free throw can be shot. On November 15th, against Cedarville and Quincy, a win for the Bulldogs, Hall scored 27 points. And he's able to get the free throw. He was 10 of 13 from the field. Able to split those two attempts. It's 50-42. Dogs have knocked 5 off the deficit. Hall left baseline. Kicks it outside, then back to Hall. Hall tried to slip a bounce pass through a double team, and they call a kick. It was certainly not an obvious kick. Clark will inbound out front to Ross. Gives it up to Taylor. Coming up to catch Clark. Pull up free throw line. No good. Coming in for the rebound. Taylor in traffic. Missed it. Bird with a rebound. He'll dribble it ahead. Middle of the floor. Then off on a bounce to Byers. Sailing in left side. Off the window and in. And the Bulldogs are within 6. Seven in a row for Truman. 14-16 to play. Nice spin move off the bounce by Devontae Hall, and he lays it in. Parinello to the rack, missed it, and he hit the deck hard. And a foul is called on Ariano. That'll be his third. And it was in the act of shooting, so Parinello will go to the line. I think we're told that the game against Hillsdale is going to be at Quincy, even though the schedule says at Hillsdale. They're going to play it at Quincy, I guess. Free throw, good. I guess must have a little they usually have hosted that holiday weekend classic. Makes more sense. Just the schedule says at Hillsdale. Free throw, good. By Parinello. And the next is good as well. Tuesday, 52-46. Bulldogs trying to reel in the pride. Askew into the game for Purdue Northwest. Taylor whips it into Clark, working without the basketball, then jumps it back outside to Askew. Askew, a cross-key pass, finds Ariano. Defender falls down. Brown, that won't feel good on that bum shoulder. And on top of that, it gets called for the foul. Bounce it into Clark, now right back to Askew. Off a screen, straight on three. Dips out, no good. Offensive rebound, no on the putback. Bird with the rebound, outlets ahead to Brown. He's got one man to beat. Brown crosses over, taken away by Askew, and they call a foul. Bulldogs may have caught a break there. But Parinello between the circles. Driving it left side. Gets through the defense to the backboard and lays it in. And what was a 13-point deficit down to 4. And keep them off the offensive glass. Here's Askew. Pulls up. Mid-post area, kicks back to Taylor for three. Swirls out. Follow wouldn't go by Ariano. Out of bounds. Purdue Northwest ball. Sure. May have some special meaning, you know. Here is Parinello coming out, and for the first time, Justin Duff is in. 6'4" junior out of St. Louis. We have a reach-in foul well outside on Bird. That'll be his first. A couple of these Bulldog players were recruited by Jeff Warner. Despite the coaching change, stuck with the school and the new staff. Here's a whistle. This is going to be on Duff, one of those players. His first foul. That's now 4 on the Truman side. 6 fouls on Purdue Northwest. And this foul will go on the screener. Well, the teams exchange fouls. Bulldogs can make it a one-possession game. 12:33 left. Top of the key, Kingery. Fakes a handoff, wanted to go to the post, kicked out of there by Taylor. Truman trying to get back to the 500 mark. Both these teams are, both 3 and 4 coming in. Purdue Northwest may as well be in the GLVC. First 4 games they played against the GLVC. This is a 5th. Second game against Truman. And they've got a game coming up with Lincoln next Saturday. Here's a block shot. Duff got in there. Clark erased it. Passes it ahead. Robinson blocked by Bird. Right back at you. Bulldogs now change over. Here comes Brown, screaming to the hole for 2, and it's a 2-point game. Robinson to the rack, missed it. Brown with the rebound. Dogs looking for the tie or can take the lead with a 3. Byers lobbing it up for Bird. Power dribble, goes up, score it, we're tied! The Bulldogs have erased a 13-point deficit and a timeout taken by Purdue Northwest. Bird, Byers, Duff, Brown, Kingery. Same lineup for the Bulldogs. The black and gold from Purdue Northwest with the basketball. Hall bounces it to Taylor. Top of the key it comes to Ross. Now hands it off to Hall. Far side, Taylor dials 3. Missed it. He's missed his last couple. Tipped out of bounds far side. Will stay with Purdue Northwest. And this will be our media timeout now. Previously, a called timeout by Purdue Northwest, their second called timeout. Coach Worley has used 1. 52 all. Marquise Carver-Smith will check in for the Bulldogs. 20 on the shot clock for the Pride. Askew will inbound. Front of his bench to Ross. Back to Askew, works to the baseline. Top of the key, Clark. Coming out of the circle to catch Ross. Hands it off to Hall. 10 to shoot. Flips it off to Clark. Left to right dribble. Down the right side of the lane. Cut off by Bird. Works up a tough shot, no good. Rebound, Ross. Bird had to pop out of his hands, but Carver-Smith with a rebound. Going down, they call a tie-up. And the arrow gives it to Purdue Northwest. Purdue Northwest had 14 offensive rebounds in the home win over Truman. So that was a point of emphasis for the Bulldogs, trying to cut that down. Here's Askew. Gets to the lane, tosses off Taylor, missed it, but followed off the glass by Ross. Stops the 8-0 run for the Bulldogs. 54-52, the Pride on top. Here is Bird as we near the midway point of the second half. Duff with it. They double on him. Lob it, right block to Bird. Power dribble, turns right shoulder to the left hand, and ricochets out of there. Give it to Ross. Back to the basket. Left block extended. Now he'll go to work against Bird. A lot of contact between the two bigs. They let him play chest to chest. Bird with a rebound. Up ahead to Byers. Step through to the hoop. Got it. We're tied again at 54. .9:43 to play. Bulldogs are in the bonus the rest of the half. Here's a pull-up from Hall. Off the front of the iron, long carom outside. Dogs have numbers. Middle of the floor, Carver-Smith. Intercepted pass by Hall. Hall the other way. Step through to the basket. Blocked out of there by Carver-Smith. And goaltending is called. Score the basket. That's one where you got the wrong guy in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You need a guard there in the middle, and you need him off on a wing. So that was a tough one for Carver-Smith to handle on the break. Turns out being a 4-point swing and a 2-point lead for Purdue Northwest. McCafferty scored 3 in the first half. Byers across court to Parinello. Fakes the pass, drives the lane. Jump pass inside to Q, who lays it in. Give the assist to Parinello. We're tied again. 8:53 to play. Robinson, left elbow with the dribble. Down the lane. Nearly did the splits, pivots back, and scores for the lead again. Mike Worley wanted a travel call. Nice pass. Parinello, a second assist to McCafferty. We're tied at 58. Fourth straight tie. It's an offensive foul. This is on Robinson, and that is his fourth. And he will come out of the game. Ross didn't get much of a break on the bench, maybe a swig of water, and he's back in there. Parinello, jump pass again. This one blocked by Ross, but a foul is called. It's a third straight trip. If McCafferty can convert free throws, that the Parinello to Q combination has worked. Free throw, good. Nice touch by the big man, 6'10" sophomore. And you know, we talked about it with Bird, so I think the emphasis overall is get the ball in the lane. Yeah, free throws, both good. So after 4 straight ties, the Bulldogs push on top by a deuce. Inside of 8 minutes to play in regulation. Coming up to catch is Clark. Slips a bounce pass. That little pocket pass inside to Ross. And he's bumped and fouled by, or maybe it was a reach in by Parinello. It was, and that's his third. Off and just turn in. During the broadcast or before? Here's a lob inside to, or outside rather, to Taylor. Taylor sweeps it across the face of Parinello 3 times, then takes a return pass. Left baseline drive covered up by McCafferty. Ross, though, gets the loose ball and tosses it in. Injured player is Parinello. Well, this has been a rough game for the Truman Guards. Ross now has 15 points. Parinello being helped up just about the time the trainers get out there. Julian Brown coming. Maybe it's Troy Anderson back in. So you got Anderson. Yeah, okay. So Anderson, Byers, Carver Smith, McCafferty. And that, yeah. I'm not going to speculate. All this kid wants is to play some basketball. He went to St. Francis, and they pulled the rug out from under him. As that program shut down, sat out all of last year after playing at Allen Hancock Community College. And Mike Worley, with the late coaching hire, was looking for players, and he found a good one in Parinello. But out with an injury. Here's Anderson across court. It goes in the corner to Brown. Came up short from 3. Tapped around loose on the floor, and Askew comes up with it. 7:14 to play in our 60-60 game, and no longer tied on the 3 ball from Andres Ariano. 63-60. McCafferty, top of the arc, passes off to Byers left high. Now Brown with it between the circles. Pass it to Carver Smith. Between the circles to Brown. Popping out to receive Byers. Extra pass to Carver Smith. Missed it from 3. Rebounded by Clark. Askew into the front court for the Pride. Top of the key to Ross. Swing it right side of the floor to Taylor. Up top, a screen frees Clark for 3. Missed it. McCafferty with the rebound. Nearly had it taken away. Goes off of Ross, out of play. With 6:20 to play, here comes Emmanuel Bird back in. Good minutes from Quentin McCafferty to give Bird a breather. Carver Smith is out. Drew Kingery's in. Anderson, left wing. Watches Byers cut through, gets him the basketball. Back to the basket, left block extended. Now he'll dribble all the way back out. Gives it off to Bird. Now Brown works the left-handed dribble to the lane. Jump stop, head and shoulder fake. Rises up, missed it. Bird, offensive rebound. He dribbled it, and whose foot did it go off of? Somebody wearing black and gold. I think a called timeout by Coach Worley. So both teams have used 2 timeouts. Go ahead. Largest lead was 50-37. Purdue Northwest here in the second half. Brown to inbound baseline. In the corner, Anderson catch and shoot 3. No. Powerful rebound, Bird, but couldn't finish. Taps it again. No. This is Kingery. Jumps it outside. Bird for 3. Off the back iron. Kicks it out, or rather Byers for 3, I'm sorry. Bird was going after the rebound. Came up empty. Here's Taylor. Jump stop. Left to the lane, kicks it outside. Askew missed it. Byers comes up with it. Sprinting ahead with the dribble, poked out of his hands to Brown. Lob comes to Bird. He's in a double team. Whistle, and a jump ball is called. Brown lobs it up for Bird. Now flashing to the lane, Anderson got raked across the arm on that shot by Askew. And Troy Anderson will go to the line for a pair. That's the 10th foul on Purdue Northwest. So the Bulldogs shooting 2 the rest of the way. Anderson has shot just 3 free throws this season so far. And he swishes that one. He's got 4 points. The next, good, 1 point game. Up ahead, transition 3, way off the mark, Arellano. Rebound, Byers. Arellano took a quick 3. Now the Bulldogs have a chance to go back on top. Wide open, Byers, left wing, missed it. Rebound along the baseline, saved by Anderson and grabbed by Taylor. Long pass up the floor. Arellano goes up, challenged by Byers. Missed it in the foul. Arellano, a transfer from Francis Marion University. Free throw, good. His first free throw attempt, he's got 9.
Hey,
Devontae Hall back in for the Pride. And Askew will check out. The next in and out, but the rebound is taken by Clark. He snuck around and got the offensive rebound. Already a 1-point possession. Let's see if the Pride add any more. Clark to the lane, fades back near the free throw line. Missed it, good rebound by Bird. Bulldogs limited to just one, 64-62. Purdue Northwest. Myers in the corner. Back out front to Brown. 4:12 left. Brown searching off the bounce. Gives it to Bird, left of the circle. Bird to Anderson. Anderson drives in on Clark. Nicely done. We're tied at 64. Confident move by Troy Anderson. He's got 7. Got a timeout, I believe, coming. Here is Clark. Right corner pocket. Missed it. Rebound. Tipped outside. It was Kingery there, and then reaching in from behind. Taylor slapped it out of bounds, so the Bulldogs have it. And here's our media timeout, and we see Parinello has got several ties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 6th tie since it was 52-52. 3:30 left, Bulldogs with the basketball. Here's Brown. At the elbow, Bird. Gives back to Parinello at the arc. Jumps it across court, Brown. Touch pass up to Kingery. 4-3. Missed it. Anderson had it. He got raked across the shoulder. Man, these guards are taking a pounding. Brown will inbound. In it comes to Parinello. Kingery there to screen. Instead, the pass floats to Bird. Bird powers to the basket. Missed it, but was fouled. And Emmanuel Bird will head to the line for the second time in this half. And that is the 3rd foul on Kyle Ross. The free throw is no good. Purdue Northwest is in the bonus, but it's 16 fouls right now on Truman, so it's 1-and-1s for them. Free throw, good. So Bird has 8 all this half, and the Bulldogs inch on top, 65-64. 3:05 to play. Taylor, forecourt, gives it off to Hall. He'll take it and give it to Clark. Now top of the arc, it comes to Ross. Ross without a dribble needs help. Top of the key, it comes to Hall. Hall dribbles in on Parinello, fans it in the corner to Askew, bumping a foul on Anderson. So it'll be a 1-and-1 for Kevin Taylor. Nope, check it. A 1-and-1 for Askew. His first trip to the line. He's 6 out of 8 on the season. This is a 1-and-1. Free throw, good. He earns a bonus. Into the game comes Ariano. Well, no, he's waiting. I think he's going to come in for Askew if he can make this free throw. It's our 7th tie since it was 52 all. Missed free throw, rebounded by Parinello. 2:40 left in a 65 all game. Parinello squeezed by a double team. Look out from behind. Hall picked his pocket. 3-on-2 the other way. Hall middle of the floor. Has to curl it back out. Gives it up to Askew. Right back to Hall. Now to Clark. Clark driving the lane to the right side. Shovels it up. No good. Brown with the rebound. Foul on the floor on one of the Bulldogs. for Ross. His second trip to the line. He's one of two and has 15 points. Missed it. Rebound Kingery. That was the front end of a 1-and-1. So we stayed tied at 65. Here's Parinello driving it hard left side. Tough shot, but he got the whistle, and he'll head to the line with 2:07 left. And it'll be a pair. The foul on Ariano will be his fourth. And the free throw comes up short. His first miss in 6 tries. Askew in for Ariano, checks out with his fourth foul. Parinello has 16 points to lead the Dogs. Needs one more to put Truman back on top. Free throw good. 66-65, Bulldogs. 2 minutes left as Clark crosses the T-Dog logo, passes it off to Hall. Hall angles to the right with a basketball. Quick crossover, 2 waiting for him, so he has to bring it back up top. 12 on the shot clock. Around to Taylor for 3. Missed it. Rebound Kingery. Quickly off to Brown. 1:42 to play. .90 seconds left. Parinello. Bird will roll away from a screen. Parinello hits the deck and a foul is called. Well, the official in calling the foul indicated that 5, Taylor pulled him down. He just went 1 for 2. And the free throw is good. (67-65). With 1:25 left. Possession arrow favors the Pride right now if there's a held ball. Both teams have a timeout at their disposal, and Parinello drains both throws. 68-65. Bulldog bench making some noise. Bird tried to get over the top of Ross, and a foul is called. Yeah. It's a bad foul if he makes them. It's a good foul if he misses them. He's a 66% free throw shooter on the season, and he's 1 for 3 in this game. Front end, good. That's the last 1-and-1. Both teams now shoot 2 the rest of the way. And good. 1-point game in favor of Truman. And Parinello down again. And Parinello wincing again in pain as he hits the deck hard once again. So he will Willis Reed hobble his way to the other end for free throws. A foul called on Hall is his second. A ton of fouls on Purdue Northwest this half. I'd say somewhere in that area. I've got him, and mine's certainly unofficial, with 14. Free throw good. Keep the pressure on. 69-67. Still multiple possessions left in this game. And the free throw trickles home. 10 of 11 at the line for Parinello, 70-67. 112 less as Hall crosses the timeline. Guarded by Brown. Hall drives in, wraps it around baseline to Clark. Clark tries to bring outside, Parinello all over him. Now give it off to Ross. Ross takes it left of the key. Works it back into the lane. Over a double team, right-handed hook, no good. Slapped off the floor, then Bird goes and gobbles it up. And timeout or a foul? I think it is a timeout. That's it in the backcourt. Kingery and Bird in the front court. Pass into Parinello. Parinello will now walk it across. Pass it across to Brown. 44 seconds left. 20 on the shot clock. Brown out at the midcourt logo. Gives way to Parinello. 15 on the shot clock. 37 game clock. Screen set. Parinello. Quick crossover. Gets to the lane and had it stripped, and a foul is called with 31 seconds to play. And Parinello just keeps stepping to that line. He's 10 of 11. 7 of those attempts, and soon to be 9 here in the second half. And too short. Needs one to make it a 2-possession game. Purdue Northwest bench hollers right before the free throw is being shot. And the next. Missed them both. Still a 1-possession game and a timeout taken by Coach Jordan Ashton. Clark will inbound just on the other side of midcourt. And it comes to Hall. Bulldogs are playing a zone out of the timeout. They switch defenses. Here is Hall with it. Hall works toward the lane, bumps off Parinello, then rises up inside of him. Missed the shot, offensive rebound. Kick it out to Hall for the tie. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Arenado the foul and the basket with 3.8. The Dogs got misses but couldn't get the rebound. And Arenado with a chance to tie it. A pressure free throw with 3.8 left and a timeout taken by Coach Worley. 30-second timeout. So it'll be Arenado with his free throw. He's made his only attempt at the line. This is for the tie. Good. All net. Bulldogs will inbound. Kingery into Brown. Brown, past midcourt, gets to within 30, goes up, and barely got the shot off. Mike Worley wanted a foul. Brown got the defender off his feet. And we're going overtime. So we head to the jump circle. Bird and Ross. And here we go. 5 minutes on the clock, tied at 70. And Bulldogs have it. Brown, Parinello, Kingery, Bird, and Anderson. This is Kingery, top of the arc. Hands it off to Parinello. One-on-one. Parinello hooks it off to Anderson. Left corner three. Pops out. Rebounded by Taylor. Hall, right to left, crosses into the forecourt. Gives it off to Arenado. He's the reason we're here. And here's a basket and a foul. So a second straight and one. Foul is on Parinello. And it will be Hall heading to the line. That is 5. Check it out. That's Taylor with the hoop. 72-70. And so you get your lead ball handler and best one-on-one player. Off the bounce. A missed free throw, offensive rebound, Arenado. So 2 in their pocket. And the Pride going for more. Hall to the basket. High off the window. Good. It's a 4-point trip. And that's 7 in a row for the Pride. 74-70. 4 minutes left. Poke away out of bounds. Northwest getting some late key offensive rebounds in this game. Here is Byers. He came in when Parinello fouled out. 21 for Parinello. Here's a runner off glass by Brown. No good. Rebounded by Ariano. Hall shut down, brings it back up top. .329 left, 13 on the shot clock. Hall will pass it near wing to Taylor. Taylor step back in the corner for 3. Airmailed that one, but on the other side, Ariano missed, may have been partially blocked. Brown comes out of there with it. Jumping off to Bird, running the floor, goes up, and they say a clean strip out of bounds. Looked like there was contact. They will help him up. And then Brown will inbound. Bulldogs line up 3 along the left side of the lane. Kingery at the top of the circle. Bird catches, passes out to Anderson. Brown trying to get through traffic to the top. Anderson still with it, now gets it to Brown. Brown drives it to the right side, fading away. Missed it, followed by Kingery. Bulldogs back to within 2. .74-72, Purdue Northwest, 2:47 to play. Kingery with 7. Hall yo-yos the dribble. And as he tried to attack, traveling is called. Give it back to the Bulldogs. Byers will walk it across the midcourt logo. Bird will come out to screen, doubles on Byers. Byers starts to drive, then leaves it for Anderson. Between the circles to Brown. Drifts to the right side of the key. Now back to Bird. High-low lob into Kingery. Fakes once, then fades away. Missed it. Tipped into the arms of Taylor. Clark will cross over the midcourt stripe. 2 minutes to play. Here's Hall, top of the arc, three. No good. Offensive rebound. Ariano missed it. Bird with a rebound. Outlets ahead to Byers. Byers to the arc, right side. Crosses over, gets to the lane. Missed it. Bird with the rebound. No, they're going to say the shot hit the shot clock. I don't think so, but I don't know if this is one you can go look at the video or not. They're going to say it did. This may be a challenge. Gets his timeout back, but that was his last challenge, his second. And so the Bulldogs will inbound. But that was a good challenge, Hank.
Yeah, can't have that. We never had a live ball.
I was trying to listen in here. I think we had a substitution occur, and there was not a live ball situation yet. So they have to bring Hall back out of the game. So that was the question, the scores table pointing that out. So Askew's back in. Hall is out. 22 on the shot clock, 1:44 on the game clock. And it comes to Byers. Give it to Bird. Out front. Bird beyond the arc to Kingery. Now back to Brown. Bulldogs down 2. Bird faces up. Now on a spin move to the left side. He spins it in. We're tied at 74. Tied again as the Bulldogs score the last 4. 74 all, 1:11 left. Here's Clark with it. First overtime. Ross isolated with Bird. Sends it across court to Clark. 8 on the shot clock. Askew. They're playing without their point guard, Hall. Askew will toss one up and it rattles in. He just threw up. Devontae Hall back in for Purdue Northwest. Kingery crosses over, hands it off to Anderson. He'll work it off on the weave. Byers is free for the tie. Missed it. Tipped in the air. Brown has it. Middle of the lane. Outside it comes. Missed. Byers with the pass out of bounds. Turnover. Back to Purdue Northwest. There's a case. I think Brown was thinking we got to get it back out for 3. He had a shot right in the lane. Anyway, Purdue Northwest a chance to go up 2 possessions. Here comes Ross. Yep. They can end it with a basket. They'll make it tough either way on the Bulldogs. Here's a corner 3. Missed. Tipped outside. Brown has it. 10 seconds. Bulldogs need a 3 to tie. 7, 6. Brown bumped and fouled by Askew. And this may be a good foul, though it was pretty violent on both ends. Because in a 3-point game, Brown's going to head to the line for 2 free throws. I don't I don't think it was purposeful to foul up 3. It didn't look like that. It was just like, do you think he was trying to foul? Yeah. I don't know if Coach Worley's trying to get a flagrant out of this. And you know, potentially, I mean, that might be what you need here to get, yeah. They're not going to look at the video to review if it's flagrant or not, so Brown will shoot the free throws. The question is, does he go ahead and make them both with 4.9? And he does. Brown still favoring that left shoulder that he injured in the first half. It's not his shooting arm. Yep. Now the Bulldogs will try for a timeout, Purdue Northwest. This has got to be their last timeout now. Leading by 1. Brown's got some blood on the side of it. Try to get the steal, and then obviously the quick foul is needed. Taylor will inbound. He can run the floor into Hall. Quick foul. Only 7/10 went off the clock. And Devontae Hall will walk to the other end for his first free throw of this game. I think they have one timeout left, but I'm not certain on that. The gentleman who ran into Brown got cut around the lip. Free throw, pops out. Now you need a rebound on a miss here.
You told me I didn't have one.
Even if you get a make here, the Bulldogs, you would think if they make a basket, it'll probably be a 3 for the win. Everybody else at midcourt to defend that line, and the free throw is good. Kingery to inbound, wants Brown. Now gets it to Byers. Byers passes up the floor. Bird trying to get a 3, and he stepped on the sideline as he turned it up the floor with .1 on the clock. And in overtime, Purdue Northwest wins it to sweep the home and away, 78-76.